Earlier this week, I was heading across the country for the first meeting in what might become my biggest project yet. I was thinking about how I usually prefer not to talk about projects until everything's confirmed, because plenty don't work out for whatever reason. But this time I've decided to be more real and just let you in to what's going on in this really exciting but kind of scary time of uncertainty. I got to the meeting and there were 3 of us, Adam, Steph and I, each with a different background in video and film. Now I'm obviously not going to say much about the project yet, but I will say it's probably not going on YouTube and it will be longer than 60 minutes. What I do really want to share are the things that I've learned from this meeting, because we all know that communicating with collaborators is absolutely crucial in film projects, but it doesn't get covered very much for up-and-coming filmmakers. I've been in far too many meetings where we just go round and round in circles, talking a lot without achieving anything. So I suggested to the guys that we could have some structure. First, we'd open everything up, so anything can be questioned or suggested. This is the chance to say, what if? And with that, we'd try to avoid getting stuck in the details and logistics. Then, at the halfway point, we'd focus the conversation so we can make decisions and move forward. That was the rough plan at least. Phase 1, big ideas. Phase 2, focus. So we set up a shared document and got started. Here's a quick list of things that seemed to work for us. We wrote down as many of the ideas as possible. We played devil's advocate, but not all the time. We would get distracted by talking about some little detail, and then one of us would remind us to save that for phase 2. We spent plenty of time talking about the characters, discussing not just their core personality traits, but also the little revealing things that they do. And then we spent the last 15 minutes making a to-do list for each person that they can work on before the next meeting. So I really enjoyed my train journey home the next day, chewing over the ideas that we'd spoken about and just realising how nice it is to spend time collaborating and brainstorming. I sorted through the notes we'd made and started categorising things, and it gave me a realisation. Here are the topics that we'd spoken about, and I've highlighted in green the things that are really important to talk about in these early stages. These are the things we were focusing on in the meeting, and they're really foundations that are very important to explore early on. The yellow are the things that aren't quite the priority for now, but they kept coming up in conversation almost accidentally, so we ended up writing down lots. And lastly, in red are the things that aren't really worth talking about too much until we've made some real progress with the greens and yellows, because the red things are entirely dependent on those foundational conversations. So hopefully my ramblings about this mysterious project have been of some use to you. I couldn't help but notice how much fun it was to work on something bigger, you know. Most of the work I've done so far has been mostly solo projects and nothing longer than 10 minutes. I'm happy writing and editing by myself, but it was so good to make the effort meeting up in person for this one. So even though this project has many, many more hurdles to pass through before it can get made, I just wanted to check in and say, here's what's going on. See you next time.